Welcome to Online Learning with me, Mom Jen, and this is a video on our lecture series in General Physics. In this video, we'll be solving problems related to the application of the second law of motion. Remember, the Newton's second law of motion states that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on it and inversely proportional to its mass. Let's start with sample problem 1. What is the weight of an object whose mass is 5 kilograms? To solve this, we are going to use now the formula force or weight is equal to mass multiplied by gravity. Substituting our values, the weight of the object is 5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 meters per second squared. Hence, the weight of the object is 49 newtons. Now, what is the acceleration when a net force of 100 newton acts on the object? So we now use the formula F or force is equal to mass multiplied to its acceleration. So we're going to derive the formula for acceleration. So acceleration is equal to force divided by its mass. So substituting the values, acceleration is 100 newtons divided by 5 kilograms, and the answer is 20 meters per second squared. So how did we arrive at the meters per second squared as our unit? So remember, your Newton is equal to kilogram multiplied to mass divided by second squared. So in this situation, we are able to cancel out the kilograms. Let us challenge ourselves with another problem. So problem number 2 states that the brakes of a 1,000 kilogram car exert 3,000 newtons. How long will it take the car to come to a stop from a velocity of 30 meters per second? How far will the car travel during this time? So in this problem, we are given the mass of the car, which is 1,000 kilograms. And then we also have now the force, which is 3,000 newtons. And we also have a velocity of 30 meters per second. Now, how are we going to solve this problem? So we're going to use now one of our kinematic equations. So first, let's get the acceleration of the car. So using our derived formula, acceleration is equal to 3,000 newtons divided by 1,000 kilograms. And you should arrive at 3 meters per second squared. Now take note that we put a negative sign since the car is actually slowing down. Now to get the time, we're going to use one of the kinematic equations, which is Vf or final velocity is equal to Vi or initial velocity plus acceleration multiplied to time. We could derive now the formula for time using this kinematic equation. So time, we're going to use this formula. Time is equal to Vf or final velocity minus Vi or initial velocity divided by acceleration. So since in our problem, it states that the car started at 30 meters per second and it comes to stop, the final velocity is 0 meters per second. Okay, so substituting our values, the time is 10 seconds. Now to get the time, we're going to use another kinematic equation. D is equal to 1/2 multiplied to Vi plus Vf multiplied to time, and substituting our values, sorry, we now have 150 meters as the distance traveled by the car. Now let's have another challenging problem. So in this figure, you could see there are two blocks connected by strings, and we're going to look for the tension on the strings if the blocks are accelerating on a frictionless surface towards the positive x direction at the rate of 3 meters per second squared. So we now have tension 1 and tension 2 here, and we have two masses, 0.5 kilograms and 0.35 kilograms. So in this problem, we are looking at horizontal forces, so we would not include gravity in the computation of our tension. Hence, we're going to get first tension 1 and tension 2 later. Okay, so for tension 1, I'm going to use mass 1, which is 0.5 kilograms. I'm going to multiply that to the acceleration, which is 3 meters per second squared. So my tension 1 is 1.5 newtons. Now for tension 2, that would be mass 2, which is 0.35 kilograms, multiplied to 3 meters per second squared. And my tension 2 now would be 1.05 newtons. Now for the next problem, a fisherman hangs a big milkfish using a balance. He wants to see the effect of the elevator's motion on the apparent weight of the fish. So what would be the tension and weight of the 1.5 kilogram fish if A, the elevator is moving up at constant speed, B, the elevator is accelerating upward at the rate of 2 meters per second squared, C, the elevator is accelerating at the same rate but downward, and D, the elevator falls freely due to an accident. So this is our free body diagram to see the forces working on the fish. So the first thing that we can do is get the actual weight of the fish, which is weight is equal to mass multiplied to gravity. So we now have 1.5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 meters per second squared. So the actual weight of the fish is 14.7 newtons. Now, if the elevator is moving upward at constant speed, we can say that its acceleration is 0. So we now use our formula T, or tension, is equal to mass multiplied to gravity plus acceleration. And since the acceleration is 0, we could simply use tension is equal to mass multiplied to gravity. So we now have tension is similar to the computation for our weight. So our tension, if the tension felt by the fish as the elevator is moving upward, is 14.7 newtons. Now, if the elevator is accelerating upward at 2 meters per second squared, so we're going to use this formula. Tension is equal to mass multiplied to gravity plus acceleration. So we're going to add now the 2.0 meters per second squared because the movement or the acceleration is upward. So substituting our value, so that would be 1.5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 plus 2 meters per second squared. So our tension is 17.7 newtons. Now, there is a greater tension, hence the fish would feel a little bit heavier. Okay? Now, if the elevator is accelerating downward at the same rate, which is 2 meters per second squared, since it is downward, we're going to subtract now, okay, the acceleration from gravity. So we now have 1.5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 minus 2 meters per second squared, and the final answer would be 11.7 newtons. So comparing it to our original weight, which is 14.7 newtons, so there is lesser tension and the fish would feel lighter. And last, if the elevator falls freely, the acceleration is equal to gravity. Okay? Falling freely or free fall. So that is G. So we're going to use now. So since nahulog, there is a negative acceleration. So T is equal to mass multiplied to gravity minus acceleration. So that would be 1.5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 minus 9.8 or 1.5 minus 0. So the tension now is 0. Let's have another application of the second law of motion. So in this diagram, you would see an Atwood machine. So an Atwood machine is a system composed of pulley and mass that are used to explain the laws of motion. So this was created by George Atwood in 1784 to calculate force and tension to verify the laws of motion. So we now have this formula. A is equal to M2 minus M1 multiplied to G divided by M1 plus M2. So your M2 is the heavier, or this one has a greater mass compared now to your M1. And take note that the movement or the acceleration of M1 would always be a positive acceleration while M2 would always have a negative acceleration. Since it is heavier or since it has greater mass, the tendency is for it to go down. Let's have a sample problem. So what will be the tension and acceleration of the mass on the Atwood machine if its values are 3 kilograms and 5 kilograms and the system is frictionless? So we're going to use the formula of acceleration based on Atwood. So A is equal to m2 minus m1 multiplied the gravity divided by m1 plus m2. So our m1 would be 3 kilograms and our m2 is 5 kilograms. So we're going to substitute our values now. So A is equal to 5 kilograms minus 3 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 meters per second squared divided by 3 kilograms plus 5 kilograms. So you would arrive at 2.45 meters per second squared as the acceleration. Now to get the tension, we could use either the mass 1 or the mass 2. Either way, we'll arrive at the same answer. But take note that if we are going to use M1, the acceleration would be positive. If you're going to use M2, you are going to use a negative acceleration. Okay? So now let's proceed. So substituting our values, that would be 3 kilogram multiplied to 9.8 plus 2.45 meters per second squared. So the tension now is 36.75 newtons. Now last problem. So a 5 kilogram and 10 kilogram mass are attached by a string that is stretched around a pulley. So determine the acceleration of the objects and the tension in the string. So we're going to simply substitute our values. So that would be acceleration is equal to 10 kilograms minus 5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 meters per second squared divided by 5 kilograms plus 10 kilograms. So the acceleration is 3.27 meters per second squared. Now again, to get the tension, I would be using mass 1 so that I would be using a positive acceleration. So T is equal to 5 kilograms multiplied to 9.8 meters per second squared plus 3.27 meters per second squared. So the tension is 65.35 newtons.
Do you have any questions? Feel free to place them in our comment box. That's all for this video.